New images have been leaked of the interior, specifically the dashboard of what we used to call a Porsche Mission E. Now it's a Porsche Taycan that doesn't look as futuristic, and a lot of people were kind of disappointed with it, but nevertheless, they're moving forward with it. And now we can find out what it looks like inside. The images are still a little blurry. I'll show you guys a couple of them, and of course, we're going to talk about this is getting into reality, and this is probably one of the biggest Model S challengers that is going to be coming out in the next couple of years. So let's talk about it right now.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric!
Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right. Awesome design. I know a lot of people were just absolutely in love with it. I agree. I've seen this one in person at the Monterey Car Week last year, and in person it looks just as stunning. But this is what it's really going to be looking like, more kind of like Panamera, like a kind of a true Porsche, if you will. And a lot of people are fine with it. So am I. But what does it look like inside? So recently, and I don't even know who to credit this image to, and there's a couple of them. Here it says Taycan AV Forum, but I also seen it on the TaycanForum.com. So, thanks guys. But obviously somebody took, by the way, these are not really leaked images. I think these are more like spy shots. I don't think spy shots are usually leaked. That's the whole point. But looks like there's just somebody was able to get close enough to see what's going on with the dashboard. And this is the first time that we're seeing what's in the dashboard and also what's going on with the actual monitor that is in front of you. So let's talk about it. And we actually don't need the spy shots to see high-res pictures of this, because Porsche already released those pictures and those images, just not for this car. So I'll tell you, let me show you another image of the spy shot image, and then we're going to analyze what this actually going to look like and how it's different from what Porsche Panamera looks like inside. Before that, of course, I want to quickly remind you guys that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Get on a reservation list for this car, guys. It's coming next year, starting at only $45,000. This is all electric SUV called M-Byte from Byton. Over 50,000 reservations made around the world. You should get your name on the list before it's too late. Well, before it's too long. It's free to do so. It takes about 60 seconds. So go in the description of this video and get yourselves one as well. I'm on the list, so I'll see you there. Okay, so here's another spy shot of the display right in front of the guy. And so as you can see, this is digital. And I say, Alex, come on, what's a big deal? Everything's digital now. Well, not in Porsches. Porsches, this is actually a big deal for them. And as you can see, there are a few things that we can see there. Obviously, there are some self-driving features that are featured there. But let me go back to the image that we also seen from the other side. If you look at the dashboard, right, you're seeing some monitors. And I think a few people pointed out that even though the SUV version of this car, which is called Gran Turismo, is not coming out until like a year after that, the images that we're seeing from that are very similar, if not identical. So if you go, that, by the way, this is not something you can see on a press website. I basically got this from Porsche.com's 360 virtual tour that you can actually take of this car right now. So this is one of those images. As you can see, that's exactly the interior that we're seeing in that spy shot. But pretty slick. As you can see, there are two monitors. One monitor is so far away from the driver that I don't think a driver would be able to reach it. So I can only assume that this is for the passenger, which actually reminds me of Byton, right? The concept of that. And there's a huge kind of a monitor in the middle where I'm assuming is just for basically kind of a secondary utility controls. Now, another spy shot that was leaked was this one. But I got to tell you, this is not a spy shot of that, the same sort of a series of images, because as you can see, it's obviously a rendered image. Here I will go kind of full screen for you guys, but as you can see, the image here is the dashboard is completely different. But what we're seeing is that the Gran Turismo rendering, and actually they had it in a few different car shows, is exactly what the Porsche Taycan is going to have. Now, here's one that I've showed you guys. Here's the one that's closer of the display. Now, as you can see, it also has 3 different circles. This was obviously simplified, and now they've Looks like they've added a few other things there, of course, but this definitely looks like that's the design they were going for. Now, what does a Porsche looks like right now inside? I haven't been in the Porsche in a while, but so I had to go to the press site to download this, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, mainly the five indicators on the main, I don't want to call it screen, but behind the steering wheel are mainly manual, except for the one that you can see with the tire pressure. That's kind of digital. And I gotta tell you, I mean, first of all, that's a lot of buttons, and it does look pretty outdated to me. Like if you would have told me this was a Porsche like from 20 years ago, I'll be like, okay, I believe you. But no, this is the recent one. This is the one that they're producing right now, and yeah, any update I think at this point would be welcome. Now, let me remind you, this car is definitely going to compete with the Model S. The pricing is going to be about, people are saying anywhere between 80 and 85,000. That's what the base price of a Model S kind of right now. It fluctuates, so it's really tough to tell. 90 kilowatt hour battery or so. The range should be anywhere from like 250 to over 300 miles. Again, we don't really know what the EPA rating is going to be, but so I'm going to believe them. I'm going to say they're probably going to beat the 300-mile range mark with their high-end car. But what's really going to compete, there are two things that people believe and why a lot of them want this car over Model S is that the performance. It looks like Porsche is going to make sure that this car can really perform even on the racetrack for the longer periods of time. As the battery technology is tough to, especially Model S, is something that is really tough on. Though Model 3s have been much better. Model 3's technologies with their newer cells, they're able to actually go on a racetrack and perform for longer periods of time. So, until the Model S has that, Porsche is going to come out on the market and probably beat them in that department. But the biggest thing is going to be the charging. 350 kilowatt rate. This is going to be the fastest in the industry. Of course, we're talking about top rate, so we'll see how it holds that. And now with Electrify America in the United States and Ionity charging station in Europe, this car will have plenty of charging stations where it will be able to charge it up to 350 kilowatts, which means if your car is relatively empty battery, like let's say 10%, and you want to go all the way to about 80%, that will take about 10 minutes. And to me, this is a big deal. As you know, even though I have a Tesla, I don't supercharge because it takes way too much time. 45 minutes, that is way more time than, gassing up a car in 3 to 5 minutes. And that's why I have a Chevy Volt for long distance traveling. But in this case, this car might actually solve it because I think 10 minutes is pretty acceptable to refuel most of your battery, most of your fuel tank. And this kind of eliminates one of the last issues that people have with electric cars is, having to take such a long time, even though it's called supercharging or fast charging. It's not fast at all if you're comparing it to a gas car, a refueling session. So this is where this car is going to shine. And a lot of people apparently they've sold out for the first year. They don't even know if they're going to produce 20,000 of them or 40,000 in the first year, but it's definitely a pretty decent run for a smaller legacy automaker like Porsche. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. This is going to provide some real competition to Tesla, and it's good. Don't forget to get on our VIP list. Just a few exclusive stories that you don't get to see on this channel, and some of the exclusive deals for your electric cars and electric needs overall. Check it out. It's free. Go to e4electric.com/VIP. And of course, don't forget to comment on this video. I'm wondering, would you guys switch from a Model S to Porsche? Why not? Let me know. Other than that, I will see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.